Hello friends, good evening. Am I audible and visible? Yes, somebody please ping me. Good evening, Rishi. Yes, friends, good evening. Am I audible and visible? Somebody please ping me. Good evening, Nayonika. Good evening, NM. Good evening, CSE aspirant. Good evening, Shiv Kanya. A buzzing sound is coming. Okay, just hold on. Is there a buzzing sound still? Just a second, guys. Just a second. Okay, just a second. Just give me a second, guys. Because today's session is a bit important. I'm going to discuss the important topic of the mains. A little, just a minute. A bit of technical aspect or technical error here. Good evening, I am. Good evening, Teja. So, guys, Medieval Indian series. I have not stopped that series. Do not worry about that. I will be continuing Medieval Indian series from tomorrow. Since we are starting with the mains from tomorrow itself, precisely UPSC mains from 22nd of August. So, I am here to discuss the important topics precisely for the aspirants, those who are appearing for 2025 mains. So here you cannot miss these topics. Okay? Compulsorily you have to read these topics. And apart from this, for the aspirants, those who are appearing next year, they also listen to the video so that they can, it would be quite of help for them while approaching their studies. Okay, guys? Yes, Bendang, good evening. Is now my voice clear or still there is a bit of sound? थोड़ा सा आवाज आ रहा है इसमें. Much better? Just hold on. I'm checking it with the technical team. Just a second, guys. Comments. So here you cannot miss these topics. Okay? Compulsorily you have to read these topics. And apart from this, for the aspirant. Okay. Is it okay? Now voice is clear, my friends. Please let me know. Just a second, guys. I'm really sorry for the technical issue that's going. Yes, guys. Is it audible now properly? Please let me know. Yes? So that I can begin with today's session. Yes, please somebody comment. Good evening, Rishi. Okay, guys. Done. Thank you. So, guys, aspirants, those who are appearing for 2025 mains. From tomorrow onwards, your mains is starting. Okay. And in that case, what happens? Like we have to go for quick revision of important topics. Isn't that so? And GS paper 1, you have a section of history. So in that case, what topics do we need to focus upon for quick revision? So this video is not only important for the aspirants, those who are appearing this year, This video is also important for the aspirants, those who are targeting 2026-27 as well, okay? So that whenever you are approaching your studies, precisely concerning GS paper 1 and more particularly concerning history, okay, what topics needs to be focused more, we'll focus on that. So I'll be discussing on ancient India, medieval India, modern India, art and culture and world history. Which topic needs to be focused more, okay? So listen to me very carefully and stick till the end in the video. It is approximately 1 hour video, okay? I'm telling you in the start itself. Please do not worry. 3 to 4 messages I've got on Telegram, sir. Did you drop the Medieval Indian series? No, my friends. I haven't dropped the Medieval Indian series. Since tomorrow mains is starting, I've come up with the video on important topics that needs to be covered just before appearing for the mains exam. Okay? Medieval India, I'll be continuing from tomorrow itself. So please do not worry about this. Okay? So now guys, let's begin with today's video. So now, specifically speaking, what topics that we need to focus on ancient India? I'll start with ancient India first, okay? There are a wide range of topics in ancient India. Prehistoric culture, Indus Valley civilization, Vedic civilization, apart from Vedic civilization, Mahajanpad, Mauryan Empire, Gupta Empire, Sangam age, post-Guptas. So, just one day left, you have already read many things, okay, as a part of your preparation for prelims and mains. But just last minute revisions, what topics do we need to focus? So first thing from ancient India that my personal suggestion is start your topic revision with Indus Valley civilization. Okay, now what to be read in Indus Valley civilization? First thing that needs to be read in Indus Valley civilization is important sites associated with Indus Valley civilization. Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, Lothal, Kalibangan, Surkotada, Hulas, Rangpur, okay, Sinoli. So go for important sites, and if any site have been in news, also go for that site as well. Compulsorily. Like I'll give you a very small example. Sinoli. Okay, there's a what we say a small series of Manoj Bajpayee, Secrets of Sinoli. Correct? So Sinoli, it's a Indus Valley civilization, what we say site located in Bagpat district of Western UP. So go through the sites which were in news. Apart from this, structure of Indus Valley civilization cities. A very small example I'll give you. Okay, if we go for the extent of Indus Valley civilization, okay, the northernmost site of Indus Valley civilization is Manda, located in Jammu and Kashmir. Although many historians also cite that there are sites like Shortugai and Mundigak, which are located in Afghanistan, are the northernmost site. I'm speaking in terms of India. So the northernmost site is Manda, located in Jammu and Kashmir. Southernmost is Daimabad, easternmost is Alamgirpur, and westernmost is Sutka Gendor. It roughly or approximately covers 850,000 square kilometers. Got it? If I speak about the structure of Indus Valley cities are divided into two parts. Upper citadel and lower citadel. What is citadel? Citadel is a wall-like fortification or a slope-like structure which prevents the city from getting flooded. Okay? I'll give you a very small example. Mohenjo-daro. The meaning of the word Mohenjo-daro is Mound of Dead. And probably this city might have been destroyed by floods. It's located on the banks of River Indus. Another important Indus Valley city, Chanudaro. This was the only Indus Valley site without a citadel. Okay? Also go through the structure of the cities now. Like you might have studied about this. The main roads are quite broader, approximately 13 to 34 feet. The side lanes are comparatively narrow in comparison to the main road, 9 to 11 feet. Okay? 9 to 11 feet approximately. Then precisely speaking, apart from this, like the structure of the wells. One more thing, also study about great granary. which was found at the site of Harappa. 2 rows of 6 granary have been found at the site of Harappa. Apart from this, also study what? Great Bath, which was found at Mohenjo-daro. So all these things you need to focus on Indus Valley civilization. Another important topic of ancient India, one more thing, listen to me carefully, please study in conjunction. In simple words, whenever you are focusing on ancient India, correlate with that with art and culture. Okay? Coming now to specifically Vedic civilization. Like, probably there could be a question on comparative analysis. Now, what kind of comparative analysis could be asked here? Comparison of the early Vedic society and the later Vedic society. Precisely the role of women. Okay? Like, for example, these days, the women's issues are quite in news. So, in that case, the role of women could be asked. Or the comparison of the society of early Vedic period and later Vedic period. Or what were the major reasons for transition from early Vedic period to later Vedic period. Like you might have studied in early Vedic period, it extends basically from 1500 to 1000 BC. And from 1000 to 600 BC was a later Vedic period. Early Vedic period, sati system was absent, child marriage was absent. Women were participant in village assemblies like Sabha, Samiti, Gan and Vidhata. Vidhata was the earliest folk assembly of the Aryans. Okay? Apart from this, there are examples where women might be educated. Correct? Apala, Vishwavara, Lopamudra were the famous women poetess of the Rig Vedic period or early Vedic period. In later Vedic period, the things got drastically changed. Women were not the participants in village assemblies. There was prevalence of sati system, prevalence of child marriage. Caste system became more and more rigid. So there could be a comparative analysis question on basis of what we say early Vedic society and later Vedic society. Vedic civilization that needs to be focused from the mains perspective. Then comes, rather than going for Mahajanpad, here you can also revise the Mauryan Empire. Okay, now on Mauryan Empire, what kind of questions could be encountered? First of all, the relevance of Kautilya's Arthashastra and its relevance in present context. Okay, a very small example I'll give you. Like Kautilya's Arthashastra. If you go by the literal meaning of the word Arthashastra, it will come out, it's a book on economics. True to an extent. But Arthashastra, it's a first book on geopolitics. Arthashastra, it's a book on political statecraft. It is divided into 15 parts referred as 15 adhikarnas. It covers approximately 180 topics in 380 karikas and 150 chapters. So precisely speaking, Arthashastra, okay, it's a book on political statecraft more than economics. So in Arthashastra, please do read two theories. Okay, one is Saptanga theory and the second one is Mandal theory. And both these theories are even relevant today in every branch of the administration. Okay. Yes, guys, am I audible to every one of you? Rishi, like my voice is not clear properly. Am I audible to every one of you? Buzzing sound is persistent. Okay, there's a buzzing sound. Just hold on. I've tried that. I'll do. Is it clear now? Reinhardt, is it clear now? Now it's clear. Okay, thank you. There was a bit of buzzing sound in between. Okay, guys. So coming back here, Saptanga theory. Please go through that as well. And in Saptanga theory, specifically, what happens here? In Saptanga theory, you have to read the 7 elements of the state, such as Swami, Amatya, Durg, Dand, Kosh, Mitra. Okay? So go for that as well. Go for reading Mandal theory as well. My friends, this is not only the video for the aspirants, those who are appearing this year, 2025 May, that is going to start tomorrow. Okay? Please stick in the video. It will 100% help you out for the aspirants, those who are appearing next year as well. Okay, now, Saptang theory and Mandal theory. Go for reading things that have been mentioned in Megasthenes Indica, because it reflects the status of Indian society at that time. Megasthenes Indica. Also read Fahin's Travelogue. And also read about the travelogue of Yun Sang, who came during the time of Pushyabhuti dynasty ruler Harshvardhan. And he was also the participant in the assembly, Kannauj assembly, that was being held during the time of Harshvardhan. So what was the status of society during the time of Mauryas? What was the status of the society during the Vedic period? Status of the society during the time of Fahin, who came in the court of Chandragupta II, the Gupta dynasty ruler, also referred as Vikram Aditya. And also read about the status of the society during the time of Yun Sang. Okay? So there could be a comparative analysis question on this as well. Okay? Apart from this, just have a look at the administration of the Mauryas. Okay. And in the administration of Mauryas, focus on provincial and grassroots administration, that is village level administration. Okay? Because usually UPSC has asked many times a question on the central level of administration of the Mauryas. But probably it can go for provincial administration and the village administration. Now you will say, sir, why provincial and village administration? Observe this year prelims paper, 2025. There have been a question asked in the examination, who were Rajuka, Yukta and Pradeshika. Okay, like Pradeshika was a tax collector, Yukta was a treasurer, Rajuka was a revenue officer. So this year prelims question was there on Mauryan administration. So you can expect another question from the Mauryan administration here. Precisely, that is question of provincial and the village level administration. Okay, moving ahead. After Mauryas, the things that needs to be focused, and that is precisely about the Sangam age. And in Sangam age, you have three major dynasties, Cholas, Cheras and Pandyas. Okay. Major focus should be, first part, village administration of the Cholas. Another important aspects, Kudavolai system. Have you heard about Kudavolai system? Any idea? Just take a wild guess, Kudavolai system of the Cholas. Okay? Like these days, like sometimes you have to correlate things from the current affairs as well. True? Like the election commission these days is quite in news. So similarly, there could be questions on the election system that was prevalent during the ancient times. So Kudai-Volai system specifically was related to the, what we say, election system of the Cholas, wherein the candidates' names were being written on the palm leaf, and precisely a priest or a boy, okay, from that village, he will pick up the leaves from the pot, earthen vessel. So Kuda-Volai system, it is related to the elections of Cholas. So administration of Cholas was very dynamic and vibrant. And precisely the village administration that was run through different committees which were referred as Variyam. So please read the administration of the Cholas compulsorily, village administration of the Cholas. Then coming to Gupta period. I'm talking about the important points that needs to be focused. Now, Gupta period. comparative analysis of administration prevalent during the time of Guptas and Mauryas. Second, Gupta age is also referred as golden age of temple architecture. True? I'll give you a very small example, like a proper structural format of temple architecture evolved during the time of Guptas, also referred as Nagara style of architecture. Okay, probably you can also correlate specifically with the questions that have appeared in the current affairs. I'll give you a small example. Ram Mandir, Republic Day 2025. Okay, the tableau of Karnataka depicted Lakundi group of temples. Okay, so here please go through the temple architecture precisely, Nagara style of architecture, Dravida style of architecture, and Vesara style of architecture compulsorily. Okay, like I'll give you a very small example. Ram Mandir, Nagara style of architecture, Lakundi group of temple, like it is majorly depicts the Dravida style of architecture. What is Gopuram? What is Mandapam? What is Garbhagriha? What is Panchayatan style of architecture? Amlak, Shikhar. Okay, so all these terminologies are very important from the exam perspective. So one can expect a question from art and culture on rock cut architecture from the time of Mauryas to the Pallavas, first thing. Second major question that one can expect is from temple architecture. Precisely either Nagara style of architecture, Dravida style of architecture, or third one is Vesara style of architecture. Okay, so please go through these important points. Literature part. Okay. Gupta age is also known for different literatures, and specifically literatures, what we say, dramas and poems of Kalidas. Just go through them once. Okay. Now let's come to the favorite topic of UPSC, Buddhism and Jainism. Okay. Now in Buddhism and Jainism, what all things that we need to focus upon? As a part of Buddhism, art and culture, Chaitya and Vihar. Previously, as a part of the prelims examination, UPSC has asked a question, what is Chaitya, what is Vihar directly? So Chaitya, it's a prayer hall, also referred as Chaitya Griha. And Vihar, it's a residing place for monks and nuns. Okay, Chaitya and Vihar. Second important thing, Buddhist philosophy. Okay, now impact of Buddhist philosophy on Southeast Asia. Okay, it is also part of Look East policy. So Buddhist philosophy, small example, Four Noble Truths and Eightfold Path. Okay, what we say, all these are important topics. Panchakhand or Panchaskand. Okay, law of dependent origination. All these are a part of Buddhist philosophies. Third important thing, cave architecture, precisely Ajanta and Ellora caves. Like Ajanta caves, they are solely dedicated to Buddhism. And Ellora caves, which is also referred as Carpenter's Cave, are dedicated to Buddhism, Jainism and what we say Hinduism. Another important question or the thing that you need to focus on Buddhism is schools of art. Gandhar School of Art, Mathura School of Art and Amravati School of Art. Buddha's hair are curly. He has an elongated ear lobe. Okay. In that case, he has a curly hair, elongated ear lobe. He is sitting in a Dhyan Mudra. So, this is depiction of what? Gandhar School of Art. Muscular body. Depiction of what we say? Mathura School of Art. Use of red sandstone. Mathura and Gandhar School of Art both. So, please study schools of art. Okay. So, Chaitya Vihar, Buddhist philosophy, cave, schools of art. Okay. Impact of Buddhist philosophy on Southeast Asia. You can expect a question. as a part of Look East policy. So please go through this. Jainism. Jainism, here you need to focus on nau tattvas of Jainism. Many of them, precisely, Digambar sect of Jainism believe that there are 7 tattvas of Jainism. So focus on one of the Jain philosophies, that is nau tattvas of Jainism. Second question that can crop up from Jainism precisely is, like I'll give you a small example. Few days back, like last year itself, there is one place in Gujarat, and it has been declared as 100% vegetarian city of India, Palitana. Okay, so in Palitana, there's a temple called as Palitana Jain Temple. And Palitana Jain Temple, it has been sanctified by 23 Tirthankars out of 24 Tirthankar. Okay, 23 Tirthankars have visited this place, except one Tirthankar, Neminath, the 22nd one. So, specifically, nau tattvas of Jainism. Secondly, Palitana Jain Temple. Third important aspect here, like Buddhism, okay, and Jainism, both of them took birth in India. But in that case, Jainism did not prosper much out of India. What were the reasons for the same? So, these kind of questions you can expect in the examination. So, here these are the things precisely from the perspective of prelims. Now, let's talk about from the perspective of mains and precisely in ancient India and art and culture. Now, let's speak about medieval India. Okay. See, medieval India, I'll give you a very small example. Like you have many topics to cover. First of all, you have Delhi Sultanate. And in Delhi Sultanate, you have different dynasties to cover. Precisely, the first one is Slave, followed by Khilji, Tughlaq, Sayyid, and Lodi. Okay. Now, from the perspective of mains, okay, here you can have a question on the comparative analysis about the administration during this time. Okay, precisely the administration during the time of Delhi Sultanate. You can expect a question on the architecture at that time, the influence of Persian architecture at that time. Okay. Similarly, in Mughals, rather it be early Mughal rulers or the later Mughal rulers, here you have to focus on the administrative aspects. Like there could be probable question on the Mansabdari system of Akbar. Correct? The administration of Mughals, or there are certain things which are being followed even today. Then comes Bhakti and Sufi movement. Here you can expect the question related to current affairs. I'll give you a small example. Republic Day 2025 parade. The tableau of Punjab depicted Baba Farid. And Baba Farid, he is specifically the saint of Chishti Silsila. So Sufism, the word Sufism has been derived from the word Suf, which basically means wool. The concept of Peer and Murid are central to Sufism. Peer means teacher, Murid means disciple. Okay, so the most important aspects from Sufism you can expect question. Example, what is the difference between the followers of Chishti Silsila and Suharwardi Silsila? Similarly, go through other silsilas such as Naqshbandi Silsila, then Suharwardi Silsila, Qadri Silsila. Okay, so from Sufism you can expect these kind of questions. Bhakti movement also you can expect a question. Okay. Small example. Few days back, Pandharpur Wari was in news. It's a festival which is celebrated in the region of Maharashtra. I'm correlating this part to, yes, specifically, this part I'm correlating to art and culture as well. So, you can expect either question on Sufism or Bhakti movement. Okay? It's not guaranteed, but it's just a guess that we can expect by correlating things from the current affairs and observing the past year question papers. Then, Marathas. What kind of questions can we expect from Marathas? Administration. specifically the Ashtapradhan. What is Saranjam? What is Mokasa? What is Chauth? What is Sar Deshmukhi? What is Modi script? Okay, like there are certain forts which have been brought under UNESCO World Heritage Sites. They were in the news, what we say, few days back. Go through them as well. Okay, then Vijayanagar and Bahamani, there could be a question, but in that case, regional kingdoms and Vijayanagar and Bahamani, I would suggest you can go through them at least once, but focus on the administration of Delhi Sultanate, focus on the important literature part of the Delhi Sultanate, focus on the architecture during the time of Delhi Sultanate. Like the foundation of what Qutub Minar was being laid down by Aibak, constructed by Shamsuddin Iltutmish, repaired by Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Okay, then specifically speaking, there are other constructions as well. So here also study about the Persian style of architecture prevalent at that time. Similarly, the Mughal architecture, the tomb of what we say, Humayun, the tomb of Aurangzeb, what does it reflect? So go through that as well. Bhakti and Sufi movement, please go through this compulsorily at least once. Okay, and precisely Sufi movement. So this is majorly about the medieval part. Now coming to the modern India part. The first point that I have written here is major emphasis on Gandhian movements. Correct? I'll give you a small example. Mahatma Gandhi born on 2nd October 1869 at a place called as Porbandar in Gujarat. Now Mahatma Gandhi, it is said that he went to London for his study of law. He was introduced to Bhagavad Gita for the first time in London. After completing his degree in law, he had two options, either to register himself at the Bar Council and practice as a lawyer or to work as a legal advisor for the company of Dada Abdullah or Sheikh Abdullah. He chose the second one. Okay, for some time he also did practice in India as well. Now, when he goes to South Africa, like there's a station called as Pietermaritzburg. He was thrown out of the first class railway compartment at that station. And for the first time, he came to know that there is a policy of racial segregation that has been followed in the region of South Africa. And now he decides to fight for the cause of Asians and Indians living in South Africa. And he coined the term Satyagraha for the first time in South Africa, not in India. Correct? Now, specifically speaking, he coined that term. He became a national hero in that region. 1915, he came to India. 1917, he conducted the first Satyagraha in India in the form of Champaran Satyagraha. Correct? You might have studied about this. Champaran is a district in northern part of Bihar where Teen Kathia system was being into vogue. And what is Teen Kathia system? The peasants were forced to cultivate indigo compulsorily on 3/20th part of their land. So a local peasant whose name was Rajkumar Shuklaji, he invited Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi came with Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Mahadev Desai, Mazhar Ullakh, J.B. Kriplani. And finally, Champaran Agrarian Committee was created and Mahatma Gandhi himself was a member of the committee. Teen Kathia system was being abolished. True? So Champaran Satyagraha marks the entry of Mahatma Gandhi into mainstream Indian politics. Okay? Indian National Congress was formed in 1885 and right from the start itself, Indian National Congress was divided on ideological basis, moderates and the extremist. Okay? And both of them had a different working pattern. Moderates believe in slow and steady progress. We want independence, but not all of a sudden. Gradual step-by-step manner and that too within the constitutional limit. On the other hand, the extremists believed in what? Even if for gaining independence, even if we have to go for extra constitutional limits, we will do that. They had a radical approach in that case. And Mahatma Gandhi's majority of the movements in India are based on twin principles. Satya and Ahimsa, truth and non-violence. Okay? So, Champaran Satyagraha, read about non-cooperation movement, civil disobedience movement and Quit India movement. Compulsorily. there should be focus on Gandhian movements. Before you are appearing in the exam, just read either non-cooperation, civil disobedience or Quit India movement. Like non-cooperation, there are many reasons. Jallianwala Bagh massacre was one of the reasons. Then, specifically the Treaty of Versailles, through which the boundary of Ottoman Empire was being reduced. This hurted the sentiments of Muslims across the world, and precisely the Muslim in India. And there was evolution of Khilafat movement, Montego-Chelmsford reforms. So, non-cooperation movement is must read. Second, civil disobedience movement. Before launching civil disobedience movement, Mahatma Gandhi, he gave 11-point ultimatum to the Britishers. Okay? And when Britishers did not listen to any of the demand, rather it be general demand, rather it be the demands of the military, or it be the bourgeois demand, Britishers did not listen to any of the demand. And Mahatma Gandhi, he started the famous Dandi Yatra from Sabarmati Ashram. On the very first day, he covered 21 kilometers and reached the village Aslali. And he addressed the crowd there. And after that, he began civil disobedience movement. Third thing, Quit India movement. So go through these three movements compulsorily. Okay? Apart from this, here, various acts of the Britishers. Now, Revolt of 1857. You can expect question from there. But specifically, UPSC has asked questions previously, many questions on Revolt of 1857. But if I speak about the important act, go for reading Government of India Act 1858. Then read about Government of India Act 1919 and Government of India Act 1935. A comparative analytical question can be asked from Government of India Act 1919, also referred as Montego-Chelmsford reforms. Montego was Secretary of State for India and Chelmsford was Viceroy of India. So a comparative analysis question can be asked from this section. Then Government of India Act 1935, which is also referred as Mini Constitution of India. You can expect a question from there. Okay? So focus on Gandhian movement. Focus on these three important acts. Apart from this, there could be a quotation or a statement-wise question. A very small example I'll give you. Our system acts very much like a sponge, drawing up all the good waters from the bank of river Ganges and squeezing them down on the bank of river Thames. Okay, this is a statement given by John Sullivan, and it simply highlights the drain of wealth theory given by the grand old man of India, Dadabhai Navroji, also supported by R.C. Dutt in his book Economic History of India. So there could be a statement-wise question. Like I gave you a simple statement. Our system acts very much like a sponge, drawing up all the good waters from the bank of river Ganges and squeezing them down on the bank of river Thames. Okay. Now one more thing. I forgot to tell you, apart from non-cooperation, civil disobedience and Quit India movement, you can also expect a question on Swadeshi movement. And Swadeshi movement, why? You might have been reading things in the news precisely about the tariff that have been imposed by the US. Okay? So here we are focusing more on what? Producing goods within our own country. So Swadeshi movement could be a probable question that you can expect. Non-cooperation, civil disobedience movement, Quit India movement, Swadeshi movement. Okay? Then important acts, Government of India Act 1919, Government of India Act 1935, Government of India Act 1858. Because after this, the rule of company got ended and it was handed over to the British Crown. Okay? Got it? Statement and quotations, you can expect the question. With this, I shake the foundations of British Empire in India. A statement by Mahatma Gandhi precisely after the Dandi Yatra. Okay? Apart from this, Governor Generals and Viceroy section, there could be a probable question. And what kind of question that could be come up from your education system? Okay? Like Wood's Dispatch, 1854. It came up during the time of Dalhousie. And it is also referred as Magna Carta of English education in India. Okay? You can expect a question from here. Education. Then just go through important commissions related to education. Go through commissions related to famines. Famines, for example, Anthony MacDonald Commission, Strachey Commission, okay, John Woodhead Commission. Just go through that once. Socio-religious reform movements, like I'll give you a small example about this. Okay, like for example, Swami Dayanand Saraswati. Like Swami Dayanand Saraswati ji, he was born approximately around 1884 or something like. Okay, sorry, not 1884, 1824 or something like. So it marks the 200th birth anniversary of whom? Swami Dayanand Saraswati ji. So what was the philosophical contribution of Arya Samaj? Okay, apart from this, like he gave the slogan, back to Vedas. Vedas are the chosen gospel. These are the statements given by the founder of Arya Samaj, Mool Shankar ji, also referred as Swami Dayanand Saraswati ji. Okay, the role played by Arya Samaj precisely in the education system at that time. So, read about Swami Dayanand Saraswati, read about Arya Samaj. Okay, it does not mean that you have to neglect the other topics, but more emphasis should be here. Then, okay, so these are the major things that you need to focus precisely in the modern India. Now coming to art and culture perspective, I have mentioned the few important topics here. Like I have told you, Nagara and Dravida style of architecture. The tableau of Karnataka this year depicted Lakundi group of temples. Dravida style of architecture, Ram Mandir, Nagara style of architecture. So please read about that as well. Legacy of Swami Dayanand Saraswati, Sufi and Bhakti movement, difference between Chishti Silsila, Suharvardi Silsila, role of Qadri Silsila, Naqshbandi Silsila and so on. Then, development of rock cut architecture precisely from the time of Mauryas to the Pallavas. Then coming, role and status of women precisely during the early Vedic period and later Vedic period. Role or the, what we say, status of the society during the time of Guptas, because Gupta age, although referred as golden age of temple architecture, the status of women and society declined at that time. Caste system was quite in vogue during the Gupta period. Okay. Then I have talked about the administration of Cholas, precisely the village administration of Cholas, the Kudavulai system, the electoral process that was being followed by the Cholas. Administration of Mauryas. I had given you the example about Rajuka, Yukta and Pradeshika. This question has been asked in UPSC Prelims 2025. So go for provincial and village level administration of Mauryas and Guptas both. Okay. Then Buddhist philosophy, specifically its impact on Southeast Asia as a part of Look East policy. Got it? So these are the important things that you need to focus on, art and culture. Apart from this, I'll give you a small example. Also read about the Kumbh Mela or the Mahakumbh, which was held in Prayagraj. Okay. Few days back, you might have heard about the one of the melas which was held precisely in the Guwahati region of Assam. Ambubachi Mela. Okay. So also go through Ambubachi Mela. Ambubachi Mela, it is also called as Ameti Festival or Tantric Festival, and it is called, like, specifically also referred as Mahakumbh of the East. Then Pandharpur Wari. Just I give you an example right now. Bhakti and Sufi movements as a part of current affairs as well. Then few days back, you can expect this year a question on the Marathas, either their naval system, or you can expect, rather than saying naval system, administration of the Marathas. Okay, the Ashtapradhan. Got it? The role of Peshwas, the taxation system, Chauth, Sardeshmukhi, Saranjam, Mukasa. Getting the points clear? Now, the forts of the Marathas, which were quite in news about, like, they have been given the UNESCO World Heritage Sites status. So, also read about Marathas in detail. Okay, painting, and specifically just go through prehistoric painting, just have an overview of the prehistoric painting and the evolution of the painting in simple words. Got it? So these things that you need to focus on, art and culture. Now coming to the part of world history. Feudalism. Comparative analysis question. Difference between the feudalism prevalent in Europe and India. Feudalism. Second important aspect, just go through it. American Revolution. Third, French Revolution. Fourth, specifically, World War I and World War II. Now, the question arises in the mind of an aspirant, sir, what about unification of Italy? What about unification of Germany, Industrial Revolution? Go through them at least once. But these are the important topics that you need to focus on world history, okay, before appearing in your mains examination. So, hope you understood what topics that you need to brush up before going to your mains. Okay, hope so this video was a bit informative. Hope so in that case it will help you out a lot. Okay guys, so StudyIQ IAS English has come up with Resolution GS Foundation batch. It's an August morning batch and the admissions for the batch will close on 31st of August 2025. The most key aspect here is everything would be taught from the basics. Like initially there would be coverage of basics, history basics, polity basics, economic basis, wherein there would be proper emphasis on the NCERT, and for history there would be an additional emphasis on Tamil Nadu State Board book. Okay. Second major aspect, we'll go to the advanced level, and at that time answer writing practice will also be the part of the session. Another important aspect, the batches are completely in English language, and this will cater to the needs of the aspirants precisely from southern part of India and northeastern India. Rather it be history, geography, polity, economics, current affairs, internal security, ethics, social issues, Indian society, international relations, everything would be completely in English language. Okay. So, and secondly, most important, the prices are quite affordable. It starts at 9,999, which is quite pocket friendly in comparison to the hefty fees in the offline classes of Delhi. So here, use the code Alok Live to get the benefits of the batches. I repeat the code Alok Live. Okay, the batches will close on 31st of August 2025. So very limited time is left. So with this, I'll stop my words for the day. All the best for the aspirants, those who are appearing in the mains 2025. Okay guys, hope you come up with flying colors. All the best from the entire team of StudyIQ IAS. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead. Bye-bye.